here we are again, the darkest days of the year. If you step outside, the world tells you that the dark is something to be defeated by neon. Our commercialist society demands we shop till we drop. We are bombarded by rom-coms about finding love in a snowy village, set to a soundtrack of Santa Claus, the ultimate patriarch, coming to town to judge who has been good or bad. Even the religious overtones, while attempting to be sacred, often focus on a singular lighted-up creche, a story that, through a feminist lens, has often been used to distance the feminine from her own power, turning a primal birth into a sanitized, quiet event. But let's be honest, there isn't peace in the world right now. It is hard to find joy when you read the headlines. Those silver bells often break the budget, and the dopamine hit from the Amazon truck dropping a box at your door lasts only until the tape is ripped off. We are being sold a version of light that is loud, expensive, and masculine. It's an outward push. Buy, do, act, perform. But my soul has been yearning for something else. I went searching for the divine feminine in this season. I wanted to know, what does this time of year actually feel like when we strip away the tinsel? To find the truth, we have to peel the cosmic onion, as Imelda Almquist calls it. We have to apply paint stripper to these Christianized and commercialized traditions. Take Father Christmas. The legend traces back to a Turkish bishop, Saint Nicholas, a man celebrated for his piety. One of his most famous stories involves him saving 3 sisters from sexual slavery by dropping gold down their chimney. It's a story of male rescue. By the Victorian era, we gave him a wife, Mrs. Claus, who, in true patriarchal fashion, was relegated to the domestic background. She mends the suit, she bakes the cookies, she manages the household, while he takes the glory of the flight. Even our decorations have been reinterpreted. The evergreens, the fir, pine, holly, and ivy, stayed green when everything else died. They weren't originally Christmas trees. For the Romans during Saturnalia, or the Druids and Norse peoples, these were symbols of persistence. They were living proof that the earth's life force remained even when the sun seemed to have abandoned us. In the 16th century, these were rebranded to symbolize life in Christ. But the original pulse of those trees is much more ancient. It is the pulse of the Earth Mother holding her breath. The most profound secret I found is Moldrnacht. The historian Beatty tells us that the ancient Anglo-Saxons began their year not on January 1st, but on what we now call Christmas Eve. They called it Moddernacht, Mother's Night. While the modern world celebrates a son, the ancients celebrated the mothers. This wasn't just about biological mothers. It was a festival for the Disir, collective female ancestral beings. It was a night to honor the deep ancestors, the seers, the herbalists, The wise women whose names have been lost to history, but whose genes and quirks live on in us. In Scandinavia, this was a thin night. It was dangerous. Trolls and gnomes, the tomtar, drew close to human settlements. People stayed inside, lit candles, and baked lussekatter, saffron buns shaped like the eyes of Freya's cats. This is the Hibernal Urge. The word solstice literally means sun standing still. For 3 days, the sun reaches its southernmost point and pauses. It doesn't rush. It doesn't produce. It just is. This is the ultimate feminine energy, receptivity. It is the dark goddess, the crone, she who cuts the thread. She isn't scary. She is wise. She knows that before anything can be born, it must first gestate in the dark. And here is the piece of intelligence that changed everything for me: the reindeer mother. We are raised with the image of Rudolph and a team of male reindeer. But here is the biological truth. Male reindeer drop their antlers in late autumn. The only reindeer who have antlers in the winter are the females. Ancient circumpolar tribes in Siberia and Scandinavia didn't worship a Father Christmas. They honored the reindeer mother who carried the sun in her antlers. She was the one who flew through the darkest night to bring the light back to the people. When you see a Christmas reindeer today, you aren't looking at a male helper of a patriarch. You are looking at a symbol of the Great Mother. Even the red and white color scheme we associate with Santa likely comes from the Amanita muscaria, the fly agaric mushroom, which reindeer love to eat and which shamans used to achieve altered states of consciousness. She wasn't a domestic helper. She was the sun bearer. So this explains how I feel every winter. This year, more than ever, I feel the need to go inward. It is okay to reject the hustle of this season. It is okay to find the sacred in the stillness rather than the shopping mall. The word sacred comes from the Latin sacere, meaning set aside. This season is a window set aside from the everyday realm. It is a time to honor the women who shaped us, our biological mothers, our mentors, and our ancestors of affiliation. I still love the twinkle lights. I love the brunch with my 2 dearest friends. I love the cards. But I am reclaiming the meaning behind them. When I light a candle, I am not just decorating. I am welcoming the sun child back from the womb of the night. When I pause, I am not being unproductive. I am gestating. When I look at the reindeer on a holiday card, I am seeing a powerful female deity carrying the light of the world. Let's stop trying to cut through the noise. Let's sit in the silence. Let's celebrate the feminine divine that rests at the heart of the dark. May your mother's night be deep, and may your rebirth be gentle. Her Stance is produced and hosted by me, Sandra Cayley. Please visit my website to sign up for my newsletter, The Four Mothers Dispatch, at www.elevateherexistence.com. At the website, you can now get all Season 1 Her Stance challenges compiled into one document. Use it in a classroom or for your own personal growth and community activism. Thank you for your support in 2025. I'll be back in 2026 with more ways to take a stance, her stance.